So this morning we're in Brantford, Ontario, and we're just behind the grounds of the Glenhurst Gallery along the Grand River. And I'm with artist Jake Bowman today.
Morning, Cheryl Ann.
Jake is just preparing himself. We're doing pastel today. So Jake and I were speaking earlier about the challenges of working outdoors. Today's actually a pretty decent day, a little cool, but not too windy. Is pastel your favorite thing to work with?
I started in watercolor and then soon got tired of that. It was too much of a challenge. And then I moved to oil paint.
Yeah.
And then from oil, I got into pastel. Yeah, and I like pastel because it's quick. You have your colors all there in front of you. It's just a matter of picking the right value and color and laying it down. So for plein air, it's really suited because you can work fast.
Right.
Not that I'm fast, but at least that's the advantage you have with pastel.
Yeah.
And, but I'm working through it. Oil is still my favorite. Yeah. So it's learning all the time.
Oh yes.
Every piece is a new challenge.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it interesting.
And I think that's important for young artists to understand that it's not you learn something and that's it and you do it the same way all the time forever and ever. That it's the kind of career, like most careers, where you're constantly learning and challenging yourself. How old were you when you decided that this was going to be your path?
About 10 years ago, I semi-retired and I decided to take some courses at Sheridan. So I followed the certificate course at Sheridan. So I have a fine arts certificate. A lot of Saturday mornings, Saturday afternoons for about 3 years. And then, I really got bit when I was a kid. When in grade 8 we had a reader called High Flight, and in that reader there were stories, of course, but there were also pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And one picture that really caught my interest, my eye, was a picture by A.Y. Jackson, and it was the red maple. It's a small maple tree growing up beside a stream. It's a real, really beautiful painting, I thought, as a kid. And I thought, wow, I want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what really got me going. And plus I had a teacher who really encouraged me that maybe I should look at art as a career. So, and I had a bit of a knack for it because she didn't say this just willy-nilly. She knew that I had a bit of a talent for it.
Right.
All the kids were coming up to me, Jake, can you draw me a cow? Jake, can you draw me a car or something, right? And so, yeah, this interest kept growing and growing. And I would do it part-time.
Right.
We had a family together, my wife and I, 5 kids. Lots of interruptions to the artistic process. So, but still in all, it was always there. It was always a desire, a love to paint and to draw. And I think too, fundamental to painting is a good understanding, a good grasp of drawing skills. You need to be able to draw well.
Right.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time drawing when I couldn't paint.
I think drawing is important though if you're going to be a painter.
Oh yeah.
That's where I started too. I started drawing Peanuts cartoons.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was like 5 and 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done during your career to get your work out there and get people to see your artwork?
I've gone to art fairs, a number of art fairs, art on the street, and that's about it. I haven't done much else. Just word of mouth, people knowing that you paint, and you know, mostly friends and family kind of promote you.
Right.
Yeah. But now that I'm in with the gallery, I think things might change. Hopefully they change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say for emerging artists it's important to not just sit in your studio but to get out there and show your work?
Yes. Yeah. And every opportunity you can get.
Yeah.
You know, get in with other artists. You know, if you know someone who's a plein air painter, see if you can get together and go out together, and that way you kind of encourage each other. And,
right.
Yeah. Because on your own, often, at least myself, I'm not motivated enough. But if someone calls and says, "Hey, let's do this," then usually it's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it's also, you learn from each other, and
yeah,
you share ideas. So it's good to get together. Art on its own, art needs community, and that's sometimes hard to promote and develop, but it's something that you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that art encourages community, not just when people come together to view the art, but also when the art's being made.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah. I know, talking to I have a friend that I drop in often and see what she's doing, and she's really receptive to suggestions I make, and I don't consider myself a trained artist. I more or less self-taught, except for the Sheridan courses and things. But you know, you pick up so much information from others, and that you share, and it's appreciated.
Yeah.
I know. You know, these drop-in visits are really positive experiences. It doesn't always work, but you know, we have a life. You know, dentist appointments and
yeah,
doctors, walks, shopping.
Yeah.
Cut the lawn, all this other stuff gets in the way, but
yeah,
yeah, when you take time for each other and for art, it's a good experience.
Yeah. So besides getting out of the studio and getting into the community, what else would you advise new artists to help them with their career?
Go to galleries, look at art, see how other artists do their work, brush strokes, colors, edges, you know, the message, try to find a message in their work. You know, art is it's like looking at a piece of art is like reading someone's journal. There's usually a story, and it's always nice to see if you can find that story in other people's work. So galleries are a good place to visit.
Yeah.
thing. I think read lots about art, processes, do courses, online courses, or it's online now, but workshops are always nice to attend because you can interact sometimes with people, other people. I think keep an open mind. Don't be too set in one style or method.
Yeah.
Kind of stay broad. And I mean, then, get into watercolor, do pastels, do oil, do sculpture. Art is quite a broad
Yeah.
area.
I guess it's like anything. If you don't try it, you'll never know if it's something that you like to do and that you're good at.
That's right.
And we talk about sometimes the happy accidents when we're creating art.
Yeah.
And sometimes that just happens by picking up a different color we've never used before, or a different tool, or painting outside instead of in the studio.
And I've often asked myself, why does an artist use the color he does, she does on a paint? You look at it, that color's nowhere there. But what draws them to use it? Art is a representation. It's not photographic. Your impersonation, or your impression, your take on it.
Yeah.
That means you can put things in there that you might not see that work together. That, one color will play off another. There's so much.
Yeah.
Goes your way. The options and possibilities. So don't be too restricted in just one.
So it's interesting, anybody watching this is going to wonder what the heck's going on, because we started off with a sunny day and now we've got this big huge cloud coming over top and the wind is picked up, and these are the adventures of creating art outside. So as a mature artist, has social media played a part in what you do?
Yes, I watch, well, I'm on Instagram, so I look at other artists' work, and I follow a number of people, and I see what's happening with them, and it's encouraging to see others grow, and that it's, not something, it's not a stagnant process, it's something you do grow in. So it's that way it's helped.
Yeah. Do you think maybe you've reached an audience using social media that you wouldn't have if you hadn't used it?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes. It's in contact with people in Australia, the Netherlands, and that's where I'm from originally, and an artist friend that went back, so you communicate with them.
Is there anything in your art career so far that you wish you'd done differently?
Yeah, I regret not spending more time. I'm easily distracted. I gotta admit, and it's just keeping focused. That's a difficulty with that.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, there was no such thing as ADD, but I think now, looking back, I must have had it. When when I'm in the zone, it's, you know, I hear nothing else. I see nothing, I smell nothing. I'm just, and I can sit at my easel after supper and just pick up some stuff with a minimum color and a small canvas, and then just start moving paint around, and before you know it, it's a portrait of it.
Yeah. So one of the questions I ask almost every artist at some point during these is, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Yeah. Wow. Well, I hope I continue to grow and develop. I try not to, you know, become like, let's say, a Robert Bateman or some other famous artist, but I want to be able to paint what I see and give it some feeling. So I guess in 10 years, if I can continue to do that, I think I could say I'm successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to be like anyone else in how they put paint down. Although you learn a lot from each other, it's still your own statement, it's your own response to what you see.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah, and to be able to do that for 72 now, if I can still do that when I'm 82, maybe in a home somewhere, I don't know. But
oh, I don't know. I think if we continue to have something that inspires us, I think that's what keeps us young.